number one contender spot for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. We got Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Elias, John Cena, The Miz, and Seth Rollins. So the first ever 7-man Elimination Chamber match. This should be great.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen many bad chamber matches over the years. Last year's was fucking
I loved
awesome.
last
So
year's.
they're going to have... Loved last year. So they have really something to top here. Both the women and the men. I'm not just saying the men, because then the women's match could also be really, really good. But they've got their work cut out for them, because last year's was fantastic. So with everyone involved here, they got a lot of intertwining stories that could set up various things for WrestleMania. Like we talked about, John Cena and Taker. Could we see a Taker appearance on Sunday? I don't think so, but it's possible. Maybe the lights go out and they set up that match. I think Roman's winning.
Roman's winning, so I think what we were more talking about here is what stories are being told in this chamber.
Exactly, yes. So it's not really a prediction of who's going to win, because we know Roman's going to win. But, I mean, obviously Miz and Strowman, I would think, is another one they're going to set up out of this match.
I don't want Miz and Strowman, though. Everyone's talking. I don't want that. I want...
it wouldn't be the worst thing, in my opinion. There are better matches, but it's not the worst.
For the IC title. I think Balor needs a belt now.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I think he definitely needs a belt more. I mean, Braun needs a big win too, but they could do more things with him than put him in the IC title picture.
But I also want Balor to jump ship to SmackDown. So
yeah,
unless they just with the Superstar Shakeup bring the U.S. title back to Raw, where I've always felt like it kind of belonged anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, so stories in the chamber. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of ways they can go with this. With Miz and Strowman, I would expect that's the direction they're going in. Again, not the worst thing, is at least it gets the IC title in a prominent match on the card for the first time in a while. No more of this fucking 8-man ladder match.
Which have been good.
I don't. I mean, yeah, they were great matches, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I'm so done with that. Like, we need real focus on the title, not just, everyone wants a title shot, so just put them all in one match. Just bring back Money in the Bank in that case, or put them in the Battle Royal. Like, I just think it's a waste. But, so yeah, I could see them doing that. That leaves Elias is kind of the outlier here, because I think he'll be at WrestleMania in a prominent role, but not in a match. Like, I could see him doing a concert, which makes more sense on like an 80,000 person stadium.
I can see Elias being the one who, ladies and gentlemen, Elias, he's doing his thing, and then The Rock comes out with his own guitar to hold a rock concert, and
exactly, yeah.
Actually, saying that out loud, I want that now. That's actually what I want.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that a couple weeks ago. Like, what do you do with Elias at WrestleMania? And putting him in like the Battle Royal, only to get be the first one tossed out, would be such a
unless
waste.
You put him in the Battle Royal, have him win, and then try to hold a concert and get laid out by The Rock.
Yeah, that would be fine too if they wanted to do that. But even then, I would have him, all the spotlight on him.
Oh, yeah.
Just the concert, and have The Rock come out and do that little thing. Even if it gets rock bottom, that's a huge endorsement of Elias. Yeah. So I would do that over anything else, because I think even in a match, even if he was going for the IC title, I think putting him in a concert, and it makes perfect sense too, because he wants a big audience in an 80,000, 70,000 seat stadium or whatever.
Sit there.
It makes sense to
do
a concert.
He can say, "Look, people have come from all over the world to walk with Elias," and just make it all about him, and it's good moments there.
Yeah. From all walks of earth, I want
that more than anything now, and if that doesn't happen, I will boycott the WWE.
I think I'm more excited for that at WrestleMania than I am any other match in the card that's not Styles and Nakamura.
Yes.
To be honest.
I don't know. It could be Corbin Nakamura. We don't know what's going to happen at Fastlane.
Yeah. It could end up being Ziggler or Nakamura. Or, I mean, which wouldn't be Corbin Nakamura would be the worst, but hey, you never know.
Zayn Nakamura, Owens Nakamura would all be good Mania matches. So.
Yeah, it should be Styles, but at least those would be good too. But yeah, no, with this match, I think Elias is kind of the outlier here. Strowman and Miz kind of cancel each other out. Cena is probably doing his own thing. I've said maybe Cena and Balor. I like that match a lot more.
At this point, I'm also seeing a game of one-upsmanship, I think, between Seth and Finn. Kind of a I respect you, but I still want to beat you kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that if Cena faces Undertaker, Rollins will face Balor. If Cena does not face Undertaker, Cena will face Balor, and Rollins is in the Battle Royal.
Mm-hmm. And Rollins at this point, we talked about it before, but with Rollins, I think he's another guy that's obviously way too big, way too important to be put in that Battle Royal. But you could put him in the match with Kurt Angle.
Ooh,
Kurt Angle's free. I think that'd be cool. I think it also makes sense, too. It's not like, let's bring back fucking Goldberg and put him in the ring with Rollins, a match that would make absolutely no sense at this point. It makes sense because the whole Jason Jordan connection and all this other stuff, and maybe if Rollins loses, he has to go to SmackDown because Kurt Angle's the GM. Maybe you turn Kurt heel. I don't know. There's a couple different ways you can go with this, and there's enough time between now and WrestleMania to tell a story with those two. But if anyone can get a great match out of Angle at this stage of his career, it's Seth freaking Rollins.
That would be
performance we saw.
That would be nothing short of absolutely electric. They would tear the house down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a banger.
Yeah,
of a
I really
match
think
right
they
there.
can.
And I mean, you look at sort of a proposed Mania card with that, and you got Reigns versus Lesnar, which is just a heavyweight fight, which is good. You got Styles versus Nakamura, which is a technical masterwork of a match, and then you got Rollins versus Angle, which is just that's the closest you're gonna get to Angle versus Shawn Michaels again.
Pretty much, yeah.
Tears the house down.
Yeah, I think it's a good, solid upper card there, and if they throw in Cena Taker, whatever, but it's something at least. And you also have the Ronda Rousey matches and all that other stuff.
But Ronda Rousey might have to team with Kurt Angle to face.
That's another thing too. Yeah. I don't know. I hope they get The Rock.
That would be so much
for
better.
that match. Yeah. I mean, I know they did the whole Angle Triple H thing at Survivor Series, but I'd rather see Angle and Rollins. Because if they don't do Angle and Rollins, Rollins is fucking... I don't know what else he would do with them. I don't know. I have zero clue.
There's been the proposition of Strowman as Rousey's partner, which I think...
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, that'd be fine. Whatever. That's fine too.
Ronda tap out Stephanie while Triple H power slams. Braun power slams Triple H. You can have Miz and Balor go 1-on-1, and then you still can have Rollins and Angle.
I think that's a perfect card. I think that's awesome. Then you get to save Rock for the Elias Rock concert.
For Elias, you got Cena versus Undertaker going no more than 10 minutes, but
hopefully,
you throw in Raw Women's title. I'd say have I don't know. You got the Cruiserweight match, U.S. title. Man, WrestleMania's gonna be 8 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a very, very, very long show last year. But hey, if they got quality matches, then I'm not complaining. So we'll see.
Quality.
Yeah, and how they use those 8 hours, compared to previous years. It's not like WrestleMania 32, which was fucking 6-7 hours long, and the show was fucking terrible. Not one of the worst WrestleManias, but
it wasn't
not
good.
A good WrestleMania.
I mean,
wasn't
Roman
good,
versus Triple H should have had a no DQ stipulation. That would have made it 6 times better immediately.
Much better match.
But they did what they could.
They tried, they tried. So hopefully this WrestleMania is better based off of that alone. But obviously you got Roman winning here.
Of course, there's no question.
And I forgot to talk about it.
If Roman doesn't win, I will be utterly shocked because
I'd be shocked, yeah.
Since WrestleMania 33, all we've been hearing is Roman versus Brock, Roman versus Brock, Roman versus Brock. And if they deviate from that, depending which direction they go in, I might not be mad, but I will be surprised.
If they were going to deviate from that, they would have done it by now. That's my only thing. They would have put the belt on Strowman at any point in the last 6 months, or put it on Joe or someone else. They would have moved away from that at this point if they were going to do something else, which is why, obviously...
If Balor somehow pulls out a win and we get Beast versus Demon at WrestleMania, I'm not mad.
No, at this point, if they continue to rehab Balor to the point where he makes sense and he's a threat to Brock, hey, you know what? With Finn, he never got his rematch in the belt, so there's a story in place there, too. It's also first time ever, so it wouldn't be bad. But that's the thing, though. If Roman's not with Brock, then what do you do with Roman? That's the thing now with Roman. He's beaten everybody at this point. The Cena thing would have been great. This would have been the perfect WrestleMania to do Cena and Roman for, but they already blew through that at No Mercy.
That wasn't even good, though, and I was so disappointed.
I mean, I enjoyed the match, but it's I just thought they really just blew through that on a B-level pay-per-view for no reason at all. They should have saved that for down the road.
I mean, they didn't need it because they already had Lesnar on that pay-per-view, so I don't know if they needed to push it more, but I guess they just didn't have anything for Roman to do. Yeah,
I guess it's probably what it was. Just when you look at this chamber match, I'm looking right now, Roman is beating everyone in this match. I mean, you can always go back to him and Braun, but they're both baby faces right now.
Has Roman actually beaten Finn?
Yes, they had. I know, obviously, when Balor debuted, he beat Roman, but they did have a rematch on Raw about like a year or so ago. It was before the 5-way. Remember that?
I would not be mad about if we ended up getting Balor versus Reigns at Mania
and that'd be nice.
That'd be good. Oh my god.
That'd be good too. That's another feud that can always go. They've had a few matches, but never a full-fledged feud. So it would be a solid match to do at WrestleMania.
At Hell in a Cell. Let's go.
Oh yeah, for sure.